All in readiness here at Blacktown International Sports Park for this, the 2014 Women's Division 1 Grand Final. And it is Sydney University taking on the Uni New South Wales Eastern Suburbs Stingrays. Sydney Uni having an undefeated season so far, so they do go into as favourites, but as we all know, anything can happen on Grand Final day. And these two teams will battle it out for the premiership. We'll wait the umpire. Hold the ball aloft, get this game underway. Thanks for joining us online, and if you're watching, let us know where you're watching from as we're underway here in this, the Women's Division 1 Grand Final, and straight out of the middle, the Stingrays go. Bottom of the pack there, Chu throws it up. Unfortunately, illegally, says the umpire. And the free kick will be the Stingrays, and they will get the first chance to go forward. Out it comes. Alex Roberts drives them inside 50 mark, almost taken there by Castro. Falls down, Byrne, shot on goal. How will it bounce? Touch through. But it's the Stingrays who get the first score on the board. And now Sydney University working out of defence. Out there, some good work. McLernan, it was Mai Nguyen who had the shot on goal. Looking at the wrong side of the ledger. Stack takes the mark in defence. Oh, and a good mark taken by Byrne. This is Katrina Byrne. Moves it on quickly. The lead comes. Oh, it was a good one too. Sadler. Keep an eye on her. Exciting player in this Sydney University side. Jennifer Liu had her kick smothered. Picking up a little proppy there, Courtney Gum. They don't want that. She is one of the star players in this AFL Sydney women's competition. Just walking it off is Gum. Comes down now. That'll make it feel much better. She gets the clearance. They go forward again. Still. Tackled in ground level there. Coming back onto it there was Kakunio. And the ball's wrapped up. Coquino. And it's the first change. It's Courtney Gum who's come to the sideline. Just some concerns over that ankle. Lennon in there, but coming out Sydney University. The handball goes a bit astray. Stack had to go back and get it. Then had her kick smothered. Goes and gets it again. Tries to whack her way through. That'll be holding the ball. Umpire letting it go. No. Now the free kick comes. And the Stingrays with another chance. Keeping an eye on Courtney Gum. Not in the hands of the trainers. Just walking it off at the moment as the kick comes forward. And it's a good one. Taken by Marzotto. Marzotto from outside 50. Big boost. How will this one go? Just doesn't get the journey. In there amongst it. Monica Chu comes clear. Sydney Uni under a bit of pressure early in this game. Comes back to Smith. Handball over. Vraknas in there as well. She's tight in the clinches at the moment. No free ball coming out. Lou goes and gets it, but she's wrapped up in a tackle. And the umpire says, I'll have it. Comes down again. And once again, it's Jasmine Smith. Goes again off the handball of Vraknas. The shot comes. Taking the relieving mark. Coquiono. And now out in front of Mulhern. She's robbed over the boundary line and we'll have a throw in. the back. Coming through, trying to spin through the tackle is Marzotto. Did well. Chu goes back and gets it. Unfortunately, spills free again. Just tackles are plenty at the moment. And we wait for the umpire to throw it in the dirt again. Over the back. Nothing really coming at the moment. Now it spills a bit free, and a shot on goal from the Stingrays is just offline. They get another point. Some interesting support being offered here to the girls in this, the grand final. Kick comes out. It's a nice long one out of defence. In there amongst it, Marzotto again, dishes off, nice little handball. They go forward, the mark almost could be taken as paid. A great mark taken there by Madeline Collier, and she'll have a shot on goal. And you back her in from here. Stellar season, Madeline Collier. And kick comes in, just drops short. And taken on the last line of defence. And there's Lennon there, just asked to come back the required distance. Sydney Uni under some pressure, and it comes straight back in, and Jasmine Smith has taken the mark. Smith lines it up. Look, good looking kick's going to drop short again. They just can't get the journey. Kick comes there. That was still. It was smothered on the line, and running away with it now is Jennifer Liu. Just need to get it out of the area, Sydney University. They're under pressure. Going back in there, Stephanie Walker was injured in last year's grand final. Back again for another chance. The Premiership glory. Good work there from Collier. Tries to keep the arms free. She's tackled by Walker. And it's McLernan who drives them forward. Now Sorka, hands off. They look good so far, the Stingrays. Doing all the attacking. Oh, big tackle. And the umpire says holding the man. And it'll come back Sydney Uni free kick. Olivia Warren goes wide to Liu. Liu's kick is a good one. And Lancaster. Now they're inside 50 for the first time, Sydney University. Falls over the back. Some good work there at ground level. McDonald. And Aoife McDonald spins it around. I tell you what, that's a cracking goal from Aoife McDonald. And Sydney Uni get the first goal of the day off the fast break. Look at it. Ball comes free over the back, and Aoife McDonald, oh, from there, just spins it around. Great goal. Splits the middle. Sydney Uni underway. Back in the centre. Sydney Uni lead by 4 points. It's the Stingrays who've done all the attacking. Handball from Lorf. Sydney Uni has sharked it again. Pushing three. Grieber in there as well. Goes back looking for McDonald. Named in Team of the Year during the week. Catch all that on AFL Sydney Live channel on YouTube. As announced. Go back. Kick from Mulhern. Inside. Not a great kick. Stingrays trying to create something here. This one's locked in. stack it was, and they didn't like the treatment. Nice little rock work there, but it only falls in the arms of Lou. She's been good for the students so far. I think they go by the name of the Bombers. All habits in the Sydney Uni colours. Nearly 10 minutes played, first term of this, the Div 1 Women's Grand Final. And the Stingrays started a lot of pressure, but unable to get a goal on the board. And it was the first inside 50 to Sydney Uni that landed their first major. It was a cracking goal by McDonald. Ruck comes down, and the ruck there, it's Winkley for the students, for the Bombers. And, oh, good mark taken. Just plucked out of the air. And Shelley Mulhern will go by hand. Forward they go. Good mark. Plays on Amy Fu. Kick comes in. It's just in the pocket though. And eventually goes over the boundary line. Jen Jedovic says, I'm not quite sure on that, but we'll reset. The ball will come in. Over the back. They'll come forward again. And this one's gone out of bounds on the full. Bring it back in. Ball spills over the back. Coming in is Still. They're pushing through. Kokiono. And it's wrapped up. Beautiful day out here at Blacktown International Sports Park. This is the third of 4 grand finals being played this afternoon. Of course, the Women's Div 1 Premiership on the line. Chu goes in and gets it, hands it back, trying to get it to Kokiono. Couldn't do so, but eventually it lands in the arms of Warren. Warren to Lou. Been very handy early for the Bombers. Stingray, oh, that could be high, and a trip. Copped it at both ends. And she's down. A bit ginger to come up. This is why, you can just see here on the replay, coming through. It's copped it high and low. As the Bombers go forward again. Turnover. And the kick comes in from McDonald, and a mark's taken in the square. It's Sadler, I think. And Libby Sadler, this is to put their second on the board. She does so with ease, and the Bombers are out to a 10-point lead. Joining me after his official duties down there on the field, Matthew Graham, and it's been a lively opening to this this first term. The Stingrays had all the attacking early, Matt, and but it's the Bombers who have put the score on the board.
Certainly has. We've already had as many goals in the first quarter as what we did in the whole last game. These two teams met 2 weeks ago, so good start from the Bombers after a fair bit of pressure from the Stingrays.
It's a fair effort there to throw the water bottle out of the centre square in time. Coming through, good work by Winkley. And now
Collier.
She's lively, Collier.
Tough as they come, Collier.
Now Courtney Gum. Copped that knock early and spent some time on the bench. She is one of the prime movers that the Stingrays will need to fire.
Yeah, they'll need her they'll rely heavily on her for this to be a chance today.
Hopefully there's no major problems. She just copped a stinger on the ankle.
She looks to be moving okay. May Nguyen. Is that the correct pronunciation, Craig?
I think that's what we'll go with. Named in the team of the year throughout the week. Sorry, it wasn't Castro. That was Still with a great kick inside and found Sarah Court. Might be too far out to score. They've had a couple drop short. Goes short, smart. And has found Gemma Still.
Within range.
Still doesn't quite get a hold of it, drops short, and eventually goes through for another behind. Still yet to score a major, the Stingrays. But they've done some very good attacking early, and this one will come back, and it is May Nguyen.
Just outside of range. She's one of the best kicks in the comp, May.
Nice looking kick.
Sets it up nicely. It's all the Bombers, though.
Just fighting amongst themselves at the moment.
Ooh. Good call up.
Free kick. And it'll come back, though. The mark's taken.
From an earlier kick, she's almost in range.
Gets a good piece of it. Goes right to the square. But once again, it's all Bombers. And a great mark taken by Rachel Stack.
Great mark. Another team of the year member.
Ewan unable to take the mark, and the Bombers get a little bit of breathing space.
Walker, she's quick.
Goes again. Could have been high, umpire unsighted. And they've got some extras around here. Fakiono gives it back to Fu. Drives them inside. Not sure what that kick was doing.
A little chip and chase.
It was almost a little Gaelic kick there. You just kick it down, kick it to yourself. Eventually the boundary line wins out.
Interesting matchup there, Jen. Jedovic on Sadler. Sadler's definitely got the height advantage. Jetta probably the athleticism.
You say height advantage, we're talking in feet. He looks about 12 inches shorter than Sadler. They move it on now. Marzotto has been lively early. Drives them forward. And boundary line close here. And eventually wins out. Seen over by Quacchiono. Boundary umpire. We'll bring this one in. In she comes. Plenty around this. Courtney Gum in there, just dishes out. That's the sort of drive that they'll need, the Stingrays. And just keeping it in. It's McKay who tried to get the kick around the corner, but unable to do so.
A little bit off the ball there. Not sure if
There's
the camera
been a
picked that
bit.
up.
Stack involved again. She was involved in a little.
Steal.
There was a little bit of going on the far side, and it looks like it's could be a through line to this match. Keep an eye on that. That was an interesting handball. Came out to Gum. Now to Marzotto. Drives them forward. She's a great kick, Marzotto, isn't she? Back there again, Jennifer Liu. She has been, and they're out, solid. Gray has a bounce. Now puts it on the boot. Sadler a long way from home. But here's that matchup you're talking about. Janjetovic just
Sadler at ground level.
Gray gets it back. She's tackled. Got the ball clear. Pops it over the top. Gum sweeps. Gets it back. And in there as well. It's Willing early. Gray throwing the body around. O'Brien couldn't get it clear. In there as well as Alice Wood. Gray just says, I want it. Tries to reap it out. And it's been a willing affair so far. The Bombers lead by 9 points. 2 goals straight. Marzotto again on the left. Goes forward to Court. Good little handball from Court over to Still. And they go inside 50. They just need to convert. Good work by Kaikiono. Here in the arms of Banky.
Doesn't seem like Stack's the most popular player on the Sydney University team, from what I've seen.
Been involved in a
fair bit of niggly
incidents, which is good to see. There's a lot on the line today. The premiership is up for grabs. Taurua got the ball going forward, and they go forward again, the Stingrays. And almost the mark taken over the back. That was Bishop. Goes again. Could be a free kick in the back. Not so coming. Nguyen around the corner. How will it go? And getting back in defence. Once again, they stand tall, the Sydney Uni Bombers. Warren, wide, looking for Lou. Bounces nicely. Stack.
Good ball.
Drives it to Gray. Oh, came in. Had no eyes on the ball there.
Oh, that's got to be 52. It is.
And gave away the 50.
Silly.
And Gray's off. Out of the gates. Now the Bombers with a chance to go forward.
Very close to the mark.
Every inch out of it. And the mark taken. Here's Selby Coe. Out of the 50 arc. Pushed forward by Edwards, but there's only Bombers. Anderson drops it down. Gum tries to ride the tackle. Eventually dishes out. Sits pretty there for McKay. Onto the left boot. They go forward. In the area is Bishop, but it's well played by Mulhern. Gets the second effort. Tackle comes from Bishop. And they've turned it over. So some good work by the Stingrays. Going forward, looking there for Lennon. Still in the area. Ball still in. And in the arms of Warren. Oh, Shark through there. Gum hits the ball. Could have been a free kick. Ask the umpire the question. And the call was play on.
Good clearance by Lou.
Lancaster, and the siren sounds for quarter time. And interesting quarter in that there's the Stingrays from the University of New South Wales Eastern Suburbs. They had all the attacking motion. They went inside 50 probably 10 or 12 times and only came up with 3 behinds. Sydney Uni, on the other hand, well, they had a couple of fast breaks and they converted them both into goals, and they lead at quarter time by 9 points. It's the Division 1 Women's Grand Final here at Blacktown International Sports Park. We'll take a short break, come back with all the action from the second quarter. Make sure you drop us a line on Twitter or drift your comments into the YouTube comments section. Let us know where you're watching and who you're following. We'll be back in 5 minutes' time with all the action from the second quarter. All set for the start of the second term here in this 2014 Women's Division 1 Grand Final. And there was a lot of excitement in both camps at quarter time. Stingrays would be very desperate to convert some of their opportunities. Holds the ball aloft and underway in the second term. Sydney Uni Stack, well, she's been involved in everything going forward. And a good handball out there to Nguyen. She drives them inside 50. There's 3-on-1 contest there. Gum at the fall of the ball. Dishes off. Gives it up there to Lorf. Go inside, but it comes out just as quick. Pushing back. This is Ewan. And Sydney Uni with a little bit of space to work in. Wood Inside 50, Sadler the target. It pops up nicely, but it's turned over. McDonald called to play on. The handball comes up. Foosh, could have been a free kick for high contact. And now the umpire comes in and says, I'll have it. Inside a minute in the second term. Sadler doing the ruck work inside, but a good clearance there from Newen.
Marzotto again. A good addition midway through the year from Canberra for UNSW, Eastern Suburbs.
You can see some of the experience there coming through. Oh, nice pickup from Collier.
She's down again. She's tough, that girl.
And go forward. Just trying to split the difference in there. Good tackle applied. That was Mulhern. Umpire letting him play. The ball ain't going nowhere. Lennon comes up from the bottom of the pack. Good support here. You can see them firing up. Bracknars goes forward, gets it back, gives it off. Eventually Lorf drives them inside 50. Almost a mark taken in there from would have been Lennon, but Sydney Uni, the Bombers get it out again. Here they go. Oh, nice attack on the football there from Walker.
The two AFL New South Wales ACT trainees going at each other there. Collier and Walker.
Something to talk about in the office on Monday morning.
Yeah, it certainly will be.
And a nice kick in from McIntosh has found McKay, and Emma McKay has a chance now. And good kick looking forward and found Lennon. A tight angle, but very kickable from here.
There's surprisingly very little banter this week. A few in the office were trying to whip a bit up, but the girls were keeping their cards very close to their chest.
Nice little dish off there.
Lovely.
From Lennon. And now it'll be Gemma Still. And this is well within her range.
Very important kick, to say the least.
They've had many opportunities, the Stingrays. Haven't been able to put it on the board. They need a goal. Can Still deliver? Oh, no. Not her favoured kick. Herself a little pat on the head to remind herself that ain't the way to kick it in. Plenty of players around this contest. Ball's just bobbling around on top of hands. Comes out Newen. Straight on the boot, Newen. Swung it around too far. And a minus score. They trail by 8 points. 4 behinds to 2 goals. Comes out. Just Jasmine Smith there, unable to find the handle. Eventually it pops out and they get it going forward into the path of Marzotto. Oh, nice hard tackle there. Chu was in amongst it as well. And a bit going on. No love lost between these two sides. And just can't find the clean football. Grace cleans up for the students. Oh, nice work, Walker.
Could have been held.
She's just troubled out of it. And Sadler. Is now Gum. It's a beautiful kick inside, looking for. Well, the intended target was Still.
Well read.
Beautifully read coming out of the back line. And now in the arms of Jennifer Liu. She's been in everything so far. Where are we? This afternoon? I can finally say this afternoon.
We have ticked over, yep.
Spend 22 weeks of the year saying this afternoon, and then you hear it at 8:45 for a grand final. Hard to turn around. But we're there now. The sun is shining. It's a perfect day for grand final football. Shower go through this morning just to soften up the ground a bit. Gum hard at the football. Oh, and a good tackle by Walker, and the umpire's paid it.
And she's off. Disappointing result.
Great kick, Marzotto. Turns it around. Lorf. Too far over the top there for Winkley. Eventually it's the Bombers. Oh, Lou tackled as soon as she got it from Still. And the umpire says, I'll have it. No prior opportunity there.
Good call.
You're too quick, Gemma Still. Gum directing traffic. Umpire's seen penalty. Contact below the knee is going to go to the Bombers.
Jen Lou's kick. Best on ground in last year's winning grand final. Having an influence already.
Just prior to that kick, she was on the way to doing it again.
The mocker, eh?
You got it. She goes back though. Now Gum. Handballs it through. Still in amongst it. That's not really a genuine attempt, but that's okay. The umpire will say that's all right. Go again, Winkley in the ruck for the Bombers. Good level is Ewan trying to get him going forward. Just a little bit of stalemate on the far side at the moment. No one giving up an inch.
You may have mentioned it at the start of your call, Craig, but UNSW Eastern Suburbs' first women's grand final that they've been in after a number of years about.
Does he call himself the Stingrays?
It's one that always gets me. So used to the Bulldogs.
So right, I've called the students a couple of times this morning as well.
The Bombers.
Here they go again. Katrina Byrne drives them forward, but a mark taken in the back line.
Collier getting around.
Liasa Tarua.
Off the left.
Both sides of the body.
Wish I could kick off the left like that.
I'd like to see some of the AFL players kick off their non-preferred.
And the tackle. And the tackle to follow it up.
You're on fire. You can see why she was named in the Team of the Year.
And last year's Division 1 best and fairest.
Quite different than we can talk about the current Team of the Year now that it's been announced.
That's right, yeah.
Usually
different method in 2014 through the AFL Sydney website.
If you're watching on the live stream, you'll be able to click through the
That's right.
through the previous videos and have a look at who made that Team of the Year in the women's competition.
Always controversial, Craig.
Always plenty of debate. As they go forward again, the kick came in from Lancaster. On the lurk there is McDonald. She kicked an absolutely cracking goal in the first term, and the kick from Alex Roberts goes out of bounds on the full.
On the check side.
Just caught the wrong side of the ball.
Yeah.
Wanted to bend it around the corner. Just had the wrong corner. Sasha Banky. Gum the target. Oh, beautiful body.
Strong mark.
Just made sure she stood her ground. Go inside now, but the kick let her down. Krieber. Plenty of Bombers around this one. Unable to take the mark. Gum didn't take possession, but still got the kick away. Winkley, beset upon. Tap clear, loose, tries to spin out of it. Doesn't do so, and the Stingrays get a clearer. Back on it was Mulhern. Inside. And they work the corridor now, the Bombers. Walker riding the bumps. We still have the distinct image of Walker being carried up to collect her medal last year. And so far, nothing in it. There's still a little bit going on out there. Marzotto's in amongst everything as well. I'm enjoying this, Matt. Free kick, holding the man. It'll go to Hodgson. No, pops it back to Courtney Gum.
Sorry, mate, just distracted, making sure the ground manager, Mr. Birkinshaw's on the job, but all over it as usual.
Oh, he's a true professional.
Exceptional football operations pedigree.
Cut from the mould, really. As trying to spin out of trouble. And there's Lou. And they get another opportunity, the Stingrays. Caught. Handball's off to Gum. She'll just size up her options. Beautiful kick inside 50. Just probably had too much on it. And Pucchiono takes the relieving mark. But here comes Gum.
This is within range.
Loads up. Has a look. Hasn't got the legs. Back there is Anderson.
That's the story of the Stingrays' day. Another couple of metres on their kicks and they would have slotted 4.
You're right, Matt. There's been about 6 kicks that have dropped probably 5 metres out. And the mark's taken, though. McIntosh. And Hannah McIntosh now with a chance.
Bit of a dead eye. Glove's off. The glove is off.
They must have known that in the crowd because they got the cheer. It's a little bit reminiscent. And the kick comes in, is slided in, she got it in, snuck it through. I tell you what, she had that glove on, it would have just had a little bit of left on it.
Very true.
Might have caught the post, but McIntosh gets the goal for the Stingrays that they desperately needed, and they reduced the margin to 2 points.
Part of the AFL Sydney inaugural women's rep team, Hannah was, and kicked the opening 2 goals, I think, against Canberra early this year. So a known sharpshooter.
Just sneaks in. And they're underway, the Stingrays. They got their first on the board. And reward for effort, really. 2 points in it. Played 12 minutes of this, the second term.
Sadler into the ruck.
Comes out, Nguyen will get the free kick.
And the push off as she left. No love lost at all.
It's good to see. And a good mark taken by Zotto. And she goes, gets around the big don't argue on Sadler.
Show and go.
Look at, Gemma Still's in there, just wants the second touch. It's beautiful. McIntosh again. And another one, the Stingrays. They take the lead. And you just sensed it coming. They had all the attacking options in that first term, just couldn't put it on the board. And now, as quick as you like, this is brilliant from Gemma Still. Bouncing her arms, got it clear to McIntosh, and it just opens up.
No time for the glove off there.
No. She splits the middle. And
2 goals in a couple of minutes. And it's game on.
back in the middle, and the Stingrays go forward again, only as far as the Sydney defence. And the kick, it's going to come back as well. Stingrays drive him in. That's not a great kick, but it might just land nicely for Nguyen. Taps it forward. Out there, mopping up is Anderson. And she steps inside. It could be tackled now. McIntosh is amongst everything at the moment. Oh, there's a beset upon
downfield
Stack. And it was a clumsy effort.
He's copying a fair share, poor old Stack.
Must have said something or done something very early that they haven't liked. We'll have a look at it here. It was clear. That was not a bad effort. Stack ends up with it. And then she's just jumped on. Meanwhile,
nice mark by Walker.
Gone forward. A bit of push there. Umpire didn't see it. Stingrays. Looking for Benulis. Good work there to get the ball going forward, but it's just chopped off. Umpire calls play on. Lou, unaware. Now McIntosh. Kick 2 in the quarter. Courtney Gum in there as well. Sits up. McKay pushed under it, and Lou just goes and gets it. Forward again. Under running it there, Smith. Good kick in from Byrne. Right, chopped off. This is Ruckner. Sits Gets up for Gum. Centre of task. It's a good match up that. Gum and Lou.
Walker's out here if it gets over the...
Oh, good work, Walker.
Play on.
You called it, Matty. Oh, steps inside. Has it now touched off the boot.
Probably pretty lucky to get away with that one, I think, Walker. Sure there was eyes for the footy.
Oh, goes hard, we know that. Eventually wrapped up. A few moves being made here. Coming off the bench, the Stingrays ringing the changes. Coming on is Ragnar. The ruck there was Edwards. And it just gets caught up. Also down on the bench here, Lennon, Newen, both chomping at the bit. It's forward. Nice roving there from Wood. Gets it forward, wrapped in a tackle. The tackling's been ferocious this afternoon. Newen in there again. Sorry, not Newen, Byrne. Goes and gets it, swings around on the boot. This is a goal. Fantastic effort from Byrne. And the Bombers get one back.
Brilliant snap around the body there.
"17 minutes played, second term. And it's the Bombers who wrestle back the lead. 3 goals straight to the Bombers. The Stingrays 2 goals 4. Let's make our way back to the middle. Sadler into the ruck now. Up against Edwards. She's definitely got the height advantage there. There's Libby Sadler. And umpire will come in.
Libby Sadler looking to follow on from her brother who won a premiership in the game before.
Just picked up his medal.
Apologies for forgetting him initially. We're blaming Libby, definitely.
It was confusing. Oh, there's the step there from McDonald.
Foo's in a good...
Inside. Gray tackled. In there, Foo off the deck. And eventually it's tried to be rushed.
On the full.
It's a good call. It might have been on the full. In fact, that's what the central umpire is saying.
It'll take a good effort from here.
No side of the boundary umpire.
No one's on the mark.
Just run around. You can get there. Go. Play on. She does so. Byrne steps in and nice spot up.
Wow.
I'm sure there were many people realise that was a kick. This one looks better. Swinging around, hits the post. Extends the margin to 3 points though. Stingrays, they had a little purple patch there, got a couple of goals through. Now they're under pressure. Mark's taken. She's been good. Kate Edwards in the ruck. She's turned this one over. Pops it out now in the arms of Anderson. Gray tracking it back. Finally picks it up. It's back inside. Here's McDonald trying to work her way through for another one. And Jennifer Liu applies the tackle. 9.5 played.
A couple of minutes here. The Bombers can get another.
Can't afford to let them in.
Break the game open.
Here's McDonald. She kicked one from an impossible angle earlier. What's she done here? She just spotted it back. Oh, this will be a goal. And it is. Lancaster. But put that one down to McDonald. Some perfect work around the fringes of the pack. And Lancaster gets the goal. So 9 points the margin now in favour of the Bombers from Sydney University. And we're into time on. Well into time on, so that one's going to hurt. They lead by 9 points. Can't be long to go. Marzotto in the big fist forward.
Nicely done.
Chu. She gets it to boot. Some good body work in there from O'Brien. Ewan in there applied the tackle again. Umpire looking closely at it. Holding the ball's a call.
Wow.
Fairly tough there on Lara Kriba. Long quarter in terms of women's football. Brackner eventually gets the ball forward. Lennon back to McKay. It's turned over and Sullivan takes the mark. Dangerous kick, but Stack is right up to the task. Goes through the corridor. Can't afford to give another one away here. Byrne takes the mark.
Fitz looking for Walker.
Oh, look at this. Oh, but it's nicely taken back there. It's Tarua, I think. Kick goes out. Anderson. Chu. Inside McDonald. She loves to run. Steps around one. Goes back inside. Oh, the mark dropped.
By Janjetovic. She's been quiet so far.
Good tackle applied there on McDonald. Yeah, Janjetovic was lively last year's. One of the Team of the Year members.
Very lively through the rep program.
I was trying to say.
Streaming off the halfback.
Oh, big push out there. I didn't see it on Ewan. Spills free. Mulhern. Now the handball across to Clark.
The lively Janjetovic.
And not the best option there. He wanted the ball going forward. And goes out of bounds. 23 minutes played.
Can't be long.
Uni coach still barking instructions as Jennifer Lou's got the ball. They need a mark from this kick. Well, that
never went in.
This will be interesting. That's a throw-in. It actually should be a throw-in where she kicked it.
Field up. Oh, no.
Well, those obscure rules that I learnt when I was young.
Is that because you did that often?
It's probably because I was an umpire and probably needed to. Macintosh. It's a little bit different. If the ball comes in and goes out, then it is out of bounds on the full. If it doesn't come in, it's a throw-in. But as the siren sounds as we leave the technicalities behind, it's been an exciting quarter, very entertaining. The University of New South Wales Stingrays came back with 2 goals and reward for effort, but it was the Bombers with a couple of late ones that reinstated that 9-point margin. And as we go into the halftime break, it is 9 points in favour of Sydney. They're 4-1-25. New South Wales Eastern Suburbs 2-4-16. We're going to take a short break here at Blacktown International Sports Park. And we'll bring you all the second half action after a short break. All set here for the start of the third term in the AFL Sydney Women's Division 1 Grand Final. And the margin 9 points as we go into this, the third term. They call it the Premiership quarter. Let's see if that's the way it pans out. Jennifer Liu throws it forward. Walker trying to push through. Lancaster there for the Bombers as well. Steps around. Gray back to Lancaster. And a bit of a stalemate on the far side. Umpire will come in and ball this up. Good ruck work there. She's been doing the ruck today. Kate Edwards gives away a bit of size and height, but reads the ball well. This one locked up again. Gum in there as well. Maddie, what do you reckon the message would have been at three-quarter time for both sides? Sorry, at half-time for both sides.
Probably very much what they've been doing. It's been very even across the board, you'd say, most of the game. There's been patches where one side's got on top. That's probably the key. Avoid one side getting the run on.
You can't give away too many goals in a row. The Bombers going back. Good work there from Jasmine Smith. Comes back, though, to Ewan. Has a shot on goal. Just touched through. On a score, Sydney Uni 4-2, now 26. They lead the Stingrays 2-4. The Stingrays, they can't afford to let the Bombers start getting a bit of the football. They've been very good so far, just unable to. Now, Matty, I meant to speak to you about the line marking down this side.
I did notice that.
It's all right, though, because he sort of matches it up the other end.
Yeah,
it's a bit of a straight bit at the other end, so no advantage to other side.
Be sure to take that up with the ground staff during the week.
Could have been done late Friday afternoon. Lou spins out of and into trouble, and Gum got her. It's the right idea. She spun around. Just didn't fathom Courtney Gum being there on the other side as she spun into it. Kicks it out. Vrakna. So he's a player free. Zotto. Kicks it forward, but in there for the students, for the Bombers, is Chu.
Well wrapped up by McIntosh.
Again, Winkley in the ruck for the Bombers. Lou been in everything this afternoon. Nice little touch through from McDonald. Goes again. She's got some pace, McDonald. Just those first 4 or 5 steps. Gets her away. Smith for the Stingrays. Mulhern. She's got the free kick, holding the man. And we'll come back to Shelley Mulhern. Goes in the middle, sees Winkley. Just didn't quite make it, but the ball spills on Walker with pace. Look at those little orange boots pumping. She gives it off out there in front of Lancaster. Eventually gets the handle, throws on the right boot, long kick inside. How will it bounce? It was coming back, didn't come back enough.
See, she wanted it back there, Walker. The give and go, but it didn't come back to her.
Those fluorescent orange boots pumping. Those little flashes of excitement that Sydney Uni have been teasing us with all day.
Excellent mark there. Hands up, showing the ump that she's taken it cleanly.
That's a good way. Chu spins them around though. Oh, Marzotto.
They did everything.
She knows how to get it. Oh! Coming through clean. That's Chu. Shakes it off.
Great hit by Leonard.
And Bishop's away. Has a bounce. Tackled now from Winkley. And eventually goes over the line.
Well played by Winkley there. She knew she was going to be outrun, so just a little tug of the jumper, slow her up a bit. Experience.
You can't bite in a shot. Here we come again. Winkley up against what? Sorry, it was Edwards. Gum buys the tackle. Asks the question. Umpire says, I'll have it. It's been a great matchup, Gum and Lou. Two players who don't need a lot of letters in their name to show how good they are.
That's brilliant.
I just don't know where that came from. Stack. She's got more.
A stack more.
Marzotto. She's been very exciting this afternoon. And pinpoint accurate with the kick. Now, too far out for McIntosh.
Still made the lead. Comes sort of foot boot.
And Dressen. She's been Very good on the rebound this afternoon. Oh, there's going to be a collision there. Ewan tries to stand up in the tackle. This one's locked in. We'll have another ball up. Six minutes played, third term. It's the Sydney Uni Bombers by 11 points. Good tackle applied. Shoes showing no signs. Walker on the left. Like to see that. Going forward. Lancaster gets it eventually. Goes around in circles and nothing's in front of her. She pops it up. Beautifully read by Sadler. She could have gone for the mark. She wants to just knock it forward. Yeah. It comes free now to Andressen. Over across now to McDonald. Gives it off to Gray. Gray pops it up. How's this one going to sit? Outside the big sticks. And the Miners score 4-4 now. They lead by 12 points. It's the biggest margin of the game so far. And the Stingrays now need to find a way to goal. Come in there amongst it. As is Ragnar. Winkley. Lou tries to get it on. Couldn't get there eventually. It comes out in the path. Wood. And they jump on. And this one's locked in. Marzotto just wants to create some mischief. And that she does. Bring Jennifer Lou around like she's a rag doll. And she'll take the ruck as well, Marzotto. Stop, drop and roll there from Collier. A little bit quiet. He was lively early. Almost a chance starting there. Fell over at the crucial stage. Go at it again. So good work spinning around. Krieber back inside. Smith in amongst it. Jumping on there was Wood. And the umpire says, I'll have it. And a little bit coming out of it again. They go hard, the girls. And what I like about women's football is they go very hard. But after the match, they really show their respect and appreciation for the game. Winkley drives them sideways. Inside looking for Walker. A little hold there. Got away with it. McDonald. At pace. Oh, steps inside. Then again. Now gives it off. And there's a free kick off the ball. It's going to go to Lancaster. Good. Standing the mark there.
It's going to take a good kick from here. Sadler would be the one to... Sadler took off, but no.
Oh, gets a piece of it. Lancaster almost to the line. Gray couldn't get it in. Another behind. 13 points the margin.
An important point, potentially.
It's a bit early to be calling that, Matty. But you're right.
We'll see.
Duly noted. There's the Stingrays under pressure now. Good pick up by McKay. Goes down the line. Lou there for the Bombers, and she's not giving it up easily. Drives them back inside. Beautiful work, Jennifer Lou. Wood. Over the top to Walker. Walker's got Stack inside, waving her arms feverishly. And they go to the top of the square. In fact, it's not going to get that far. And eventually seen over the boundary line. 9.5 played. Now Lou has to take it out of the ruck. The umpire's going to say, have another throw. Edwards in the ruck. Lou still lurking. Goes again. The Stingrays go forward. Newen. Lively affair out there on the wing. Could have been a push in the back from Still. Umpire says it's okay. Smith sharks it and Still gets it back. Through the middle, not a good kick. Ends up with the arms of Sullivan. She'll drive them back inside. Really under pressure now, the Stingrays. Comes Clear to Kruber. Goes back now to Warren. Eventually gets a hold of it. Drives him inside 50 and it lands beautifully for Byrne. And Katrina
Doesn't
Byrne.
muck around.
Top of the square, disciplines thing, and a beautiful mark taken. And that's Sophie Clark. In fact, no, it's not. It is Lancaster. Thought it was Clark who stepped in there, but Lancaster.
Short run up.
Wants to get it moving. Oh, it's touched off the boot.
Oh.
Too short a run up.
Could have been close to 50. And on the mark, seemed to creep forward.
Come out now. Stack. Well, she wanted to be involved in the last play, and she's now involved. Sizing up her options. Too far out to score. Ooh. Just goes long and out of bounds.
Disappointing finish in the end there.
Stingrays lined up here on the boundary line, waiting for an opportunity. No one forward of halfway for the Stingrays, so they'll have to move it in small spurts. That's not going to help. The kick lands in the arms of Amy Fu. Ask the umpire about the 50. Not forthcoming. Drives them inside. Marzotto, but this is getting to be a problem for the Stingrays. They just can't get it out of their defensive half. Once again, the kick not great. Chu sees it over the boundary line. Not a bad result for the Stingrays. Needs something, some sort of spark for the Stingrays to get back in this. Winkley slowly slipping away. Gray is in there. Gets it Byrne. Quick kick out of defence, but they've lined up well, the students. Lou spins around again, goes inside. And shark there by Emma McKay. Mackay. Never work out which one's which. And now the Stingrays are a little bit of forward motion, but it'll be chopped off. Getting back there is Cocchiano. Just off the bench. Off court. Sharked. Kariba goes inside. Just a kick and hope, really. And back onto it was Sullivan. And Gemma's still in there as well. Just wraps her up. And the umpire will have it. But not bad by the Stingrays. They're building. They're moving the
slowly moving
play
forward.
They're getting some players forward of the ball too. Winkley brings it down. Gum dishes off.
Yeah, the two, you want it in their hands.
Collier as well. Gets it to Lorf. Goes to the top of the square. This will sit nicely for Newen. Steps around, hits the post. She almost had the opportunity to really step back inside. Decided to go the snap shot. Hit the post, but they're building the Stingrays. Almost the mark taken. Held feet well. Backs to Newen. She doesn't mind a shot on goal. Pops this one forward. Might sit nicely there for court. Doesn't. Goes over the line. We'll have another behind. We're back to 12 points. That handy point has just been distinguished or extinguished, Matt.
It has.
Player down.
Some cramping going on.
Oh, that's a long way home from the third quarter. Comes out, Gum runs onto it. She loves this, wants to go on the right. Faded to go back. Top of the square. Oh. Jeez.
Deceptively short there. I might have got a bit excited.
Looked good off the boot.
A late contender for goal of the year.
Been rewriting the books. Go long, but it's Newen. Now, she just drops it at the crucial stage. Did well, though, to get it back to O'Brien. Just steps inside, gives it up, and the turnover comes, and that player again, Lou. Looking at Ewan and Lou, just 6 and 8 on the team sheet here.
Plenty of cramping going on out there. Warm conditions.
Well, they're not used to the open expanses of Blacktown International Sports Park. Marnie Park is probably more home ground for both these sides.
Yeah, you're right. Village Green and Sydney Uni #1. Not the biggest grounds going around.
The two
Throwing
large
Trumper,
expanses.
Trumper for the trifecta.
It's expensive inner city land, Matty. Andressen has the first kick smothered. Good enough to go back and get it. Gets it off to Lancaster. She's been very handy this quarter. Goes forward. Gray will run onto this. Sits nicely for her. Just pops it in front with the handball. Probably not the option. That's probably not the option either. Now it sits up for Byrne. But getting back was Gump. And a clearing kick out into space. Good vision. Up again. Intended target there was Lorf. In there amongst it.
Great tackle.
Goes well on Chu. Marzotto asking the question. And Edwards unopposed in the ruck, but just couldn't get a clean footy. And out of bounds. 16, nearly 17 played in the third term. And it's the Sydney Uni Bombers by 11 points. An interesting ruck contest. As I said before, Winkley giving the size advantage over the top of Edwards, but Edwards has been very serviceable in that role. In amongst it there, Vanoulis. Another big tackle applied. Eventually Sydney Uni get it back through Winkley. And they want to use the corridor. Yeah, there to Andressen. She's tackled, umpire says unfairly, in the back. And a free kick against Newen. And they're away there too, the Stingrays. Had a little bit of a run.
Lucky one.
Andressen goes straight down the guts of Marzotto.
Good second effort.
Sort of realised she had to do something big to get the second effort. Should have taken it. One grab. Gum. Spins it nicely. Down McClernon. Goes inside to Marzotto. Back to McClernon. The old 1-2. Oh, nice mark taken.
Still.
Gemma Still. Out into the pocket in the path of Lorf. She's a nice kick going forward. Not really to anyone's advantage. Getting back there is Kaikiono. Oh, touch through. Now it's in the path there of McKay. She's troubled out of it by Andressen. Another good tackle applied on Bishop. She's hurt Bishop. And the umpire will say holding the ball. It's going to be a Stingrays free kick. It's Vanoulis on Jennifer Liu. She's cramping. It's all going wrong here in the cramp department. One around who can do some massages at 3/4 time. Vanoulis with the ball. Hands it off. Gives it across there to Still. Just couldn't get the purchase. And Winkley, last line of defence, looking for Stack. Takes the third grab.
Grab.
Looks back and says, what are you doing here? Just pushes Turua away. This is my footy. Now the Bombers with a little bit to play with. Couldn't quite get there with Lancaster. She's bounced upon. And we'll get the free kick. And the 50-metre penalty. Let's see. She gets her right in amongst it. Lancaster. Just pops it up. But it's Gum back there, strong in defence.
Rock solid down there.
They need another one over though. Running through the middle. O'Brien. Looking for Lorf. In there as well was Sullivan. Sullivan applies a good pressure on Wood. So the Bombers have come away with it. Lancaster.
Oh, Lou.
Been
Cleaned up and
everything. Lou's calling for a change here on the bench. Not quite up to it. Either way, now Walker. Inside 50. Not a bad kick to Sadler. Just a little bit of pressure from behind to Rua. And Walker takes another kick, and she's looking like she's going down with cramp at some stage too. Now she's going back to have a kick. Too far out to score. Gives it off to Stack. Drives them forward. Gum. Beautifully read.
Gum's getting a bit of support from Wellington in New Zealand. Renee Socha.
So as the siren sounds for three-quarter time. And an interesting quarter of football. Sydney Uni has skipped out to an 11-point lead. And it's been a willing affair so far. And joining us up here in the commentary box, excited to have Craig Bolton, of course the General Manager of AFL New South Wales ACT, and let's not forget 2005 Premiership player. And you've been casting your eye over this one, Bolts. What have you seen so far?
Well, I've seen a pretty special match today, and that quarter had absolutely everything, didn't it? I mean, we come to expect from these two teams in particular the skill and the run and the pace, but geez, the physical nature of some of those contests on this near wing was a sight to behold, and you get the feeling, Craig, there's something left in this game. Courtney Gum has just pulled out 15 minutes of the best footy I've seen all year there from an individual in a team, and I think there's still a dead set shot, the Stingrays.
Yeah, they've done a lot of the attacking. We go back that first quarter, they had the ball inside 50 20 or 12 times to Sydney Uni's 2 or 3. But it was Sydney Uni put the score on the board. But you're right, the Stingrays, they're not done with yet. 11 points we saw in that second quarter. They kicked 2 goals very quickly. And how have you seen Jennifer Liu's game? She's been fantastic for the Bombers.
Absolutely. Tough as nails, really giving us some real grunt in there around the forward flanks. I've loved the pace of McDonald in the forward line. I think Lancaster as well has really bobbed up and been a strong target up there in the forward line. So they've had plenty of good players, haven't they, the Sydney Uni team? And, you know, they've been the dominant side all season, and you can see why. When they're up and going, they've got that great focal target up there in Libby Sadler in the forward line who really straightens them up and gives them some direction. You can just see the Stingrays on the rebound, though. I think they're a chance. If Courtney Gum positioning herself in that back half, and if they can get going through the middle, I really like that matchup of Newen up in the forward line. I think she's dangerous, and if they can get her one out in the matchup up there and try and give her some space, they might be able to nab a couple of goals in this last quarter.
Marzotto from your home area, coming up from Canberra throughout the year as well. She's been very lively in amongst it all there for the Stingrays as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Enjoyed her game. Young Steph Walker, obviously, Maddie Collier. There's plenty of pace, and that's what I love about female footy. There's the pace, the skill, the toughness aspect I said before, but we're seeing two sides here, and there's a lot of young players in these sides that are the future of AFL footy in this competition, and not just in this competition, but across the nation. We've seen a big input and a big surge in the popularity of female footy over the last few years. Obviously, the top ranks with the draft in the last couple of years, with Melbourne Demons playing against Western Bulldogs, and it is just a really, really exciting stage of growth for female footy in this country. And in the city, we're seeing some of the best players go around the stage.
I was just going to ask you about the growth there of the female footy in New South Wales in particular. It is one of the big growth areas, and there are a lot of young girls looking for a game of footy. What's the best process if there's people out there who actually want to have a kick around with the girls in the competition here in Sydney?
Well, make contact with us at AFL New South Wales ACT or AFL Sydney. We've got leagues up and running here, and they're starting to pop up and grow in popularity all over the state, whether it be in Canberra or up in Newcastle on the North Coast. The youth girls competitions is really growing in popularity, so that under 18 age group, anywhere from under 13 to under 18, is really picking up. We had our New South Wales and ACT sides play this year in the national championships of the youth girls championships in Canberra and do very well. So there's plenty of young talent coming through. There's some great competitions, and particularly in AFL Sydney, many opportunities for the girls to join a local team and have a kick during the season next year.
And not only the players, you can see out there also there's the support staff around the girls. There's opportunities in coaching, obviously umpiring as well in the women's league. I mean, it's just a real growth area and something that people can get involved in.
Absolutely. I mean, I know Tracy Kicker's a fantastic coach out there of the Stingrays. But we've seen this year Rose O'Day, who's a local Canberra goal umpire who made her debut and has now had quite a few games at the top level. And I'm sure there's many more opportunities, and we're going to see many more females from our state come through the ranks, whether it be at playing level, coaching level or umpiring level, because there is many more opportunities there, and I'm sure there'll be more in years to come. We're going to keep investing in this area because it's a fantastic site, and today we're witnessing that, and can't wait to see this last quarter and see how it pans out.
Now, it is grand final day, Bolts, and you've been there on the big day at the end of September. What is a grand final? What is a premiership? I mean, even at this level, what does it mean? You work so hard for it.
Yeah, well, I don't think it actually matters what level it is. I think it's the culmination of usually the best part of 12 months hard work, and we're seeing two teams out here today that have been probably training since late last year. They've put a lot of time and effort into this. They've had a lot of tough games this year. Most of these players would have battled their fair share of injury and form issues throughout the course of the year, but now they're here on the big stage with 30 minutes to play with a game on the line in a grand final. You wouldn't want to be anywhere else either as a spectator or a player, and it's fantastic to see. And looking forward to this last quarter, Craig. I think it's going to be an absolute ripper, and you may lose your voice calling this one.
We've got 1 quarter to go in the Women's Div 1 Grand Final, and it's been a sensationally exciting game. We've got plenty of people online at the moment watching this through AFL Sydney Live. Drop us a line on Twitter at AFL Sydney, or even in the comments section of the YouTube live stream. It's been great to have so many people interested in not only the women's today, but there's plenty of other grand finals on as well as we get set for the final quarter. And Marzotto's in there for the Stingrays. Up again, Winkley. Edwards wins the ruck, and we're away in the final term. 11 points the margin in favour of the Bombers from Sydney University. They go forward again. Some hard effort there from Wood at ground level. Marzotto in there, coming out. Krieber trying to get the ball on the boot. Marzotto says, "Get out of my way, I'm coming through." Lays the tackle. Gum in there as well. Umpires have let it go all day. It's been fantastic to watch. And they go forward now, trying to find a way through. An early goal to the Bombers is not what the Stingrays would want. Could be a free kick there. Newen, she's exciting. Trying to push her way through. In there also is Collier. He's been a fantastic contributor. The umpire says, "I'll have it." Work there from Edwards. Once again coming out. The Stingrays, they just need to find a bit of space to work in. McIntosh there applies the tackle. And it's wrapped up. Bottom of the pack there, Monica Chu.
Liked her game today. She's been hard at it, very tough in the clinches.
You know, you're going to get some excitement when Monica Chu's around the football. Some good work there from Smith. Picked it up and went. Gum turns it around. Beautiful kick inside 50. In there's Newen. It's exciting now when they come forward, but once again, the Sydney University defence stands tall. But the ruckman, Edwards, takes the mark on 50. Too far out. Just pops in. Maybe should have taken a bit longer time. And Sydney Uni will get away with it. Chu again with the handball clear. Walker, she's exciting too when she gets the old fluoro boots pumping. But Marzotto gets it. Sharks it away. Goes long. Pops free. Newen there for the Stingrays. Off the deck. Couldn't quite get the boot to it. Touched over the line. And sort of sums up a bit of their day today, the Stingrays. Come out again. Gum sets herself under this. And second grab takes it. Now she can kick this. She need to get a good piece of it.
Incredible hands. She's taken the best part of 5 contested marks in the last half an hour, I'd say, and just giving them so much drive all over the field.
She's going to go long. She calls players to go back. And she got the distance, but gave up a bit of accuracy.
She should have gone off the left, Craig.
She can kick both sides. They line up. They've got it in the right half. I'll tell you what, a goal here to the Stingrays would make it very interesting in this final term. Comes back out off Bulent mark. back. And Gray's the option there. Just bounces in front of her and bounces over the line. Their first grand final, the UNSW Eastern Suburbs Stingrays. Sydney Uni, they're looking for back-to-back. Gray tries to bat it forward to rule it in the way, and we'll have another boundary throw in.
Really disciplined play by both teams here. You can just see around the stoppages, they all get a man, they all position themselves right around the ruck contests. You can tell there's been a lot of tactics and thought going into these. Both these teams, the coaching of them.
Well coached and disciplined, as you say. And tackle there applied on Hodson. Spills free. Gum in trouble now. Has to get rid of it. Does so. And out of bounds.
The tackling's been an absolute highlight today. It really has. I mean, most games, any game of footy, you rely so much on that defensive aspect, but both teams have just really gone in super hard at the footy today and made some great tackles.
I must admit, go back a couple of years when we first started covering the grand finals in the Women's League. It was, with all due respect, maybe a little bit of a novelty, especially when you saw the tackles come in. But I think now people realise that this is serious. This is just as serious as any other game of football. And there's a premiership medallion on the end of it. And they are going hard. In there, O'Brien comes clear, just trying to get the ball out into some open space. And wrapped up again. They're creeping forward, the Bombers. They're out of the 50 area. Edwards in the ruck. Gets it down to Marzotto. Handball's off. Collier just turns it over. And Mulhern takes the mark. Goes inside to Stack. Stack puts up. Sit under that and play fair. The ruckman converge. Oh, almost a mark there to Winkley. Gets the ball going forward. Again, Mulhern dishes back to Stack. The tackle is good from Bishop. Umpire will have a look at it. I don't think he'll pull it now. Come in.
Unlucky not to get rewarded there. Fierce tackling. Great shutdown play.
Go forward again. Out of the ruck. Gum. Oh, too much on the handball coming out to Collier. It's through her legs. Marzotto gets rid of one, goes back and gets the football. Trying to get it through. Collier again. Big tackle from... That was Lancaster. Umpire said unfairly, though. And now an opportunity for Collier to drive them inside 50.
It's a good kick, Matty. Great inside player, but really good on the outside with these penetrating skills as well.
Sets it up nicely. Almost the mark taken. Some good work there from Lennon. And the free kick will come just in the back on Stack. They were in amongst it earlier. Stack was in everything. Goes now into a bit of no man's land. Gum tried to fade across and take the mark. And good pick up there from Krieber. Throws on the boot, tackled as she kicked it. Vraknars tried to get it up. Comes clear, and the kick forward from Hodson. Over the pack. Just need to get it closer. And over the boundary line.
Giving it everything to Stingrays at the moment. You can get the feel there's been a real intense push here. Obviously coming at three-quarter time. They know they've got to kick a couple of goals to win this game. And they're absolutely throwing everything at the Bombers.
Take nothing away from Sydney University. Their defence has been almost impenetrable. Free kick coming out. Walker it was in the back of Marzotto. And they've got one play. Just need to take a clean mark here. Couldn't do so. Gray swooped on it, but the kick's going out of bounds on the full. And we get another opportunity to Stingrays. They're doing all the attacking. Just need to find an avenue to goal. Marzotto.
Pretty clogged up forward line at the minute.
There's no one forward of half forward. You can pretty much see everyone in that shot. Yes, they're really flooded back. No 4 points obviously on the line today. It's just the win. So the flood is in progress. Stack's kick. Free kick coming in the back. Going to go to the Bombers. Now they spread. Can't afford to give up a goal here, and they won't. As going back with the flight of the ball. There, Janjetovic drives it inside again, but once again Mulhern and the Sydney Uni defence stand tall. And 50-metre penalty as well. Can't afford to do that, the Stingrays. They work too hard to get the meterage.
Don't want to concede a score here, do they? Been doing all the attacking this quarter. Had the Bombers on the back foot, but you just get the feeling that they might be able to break things open here a bit.
It's a bit like that first quarter. The Stingrays were once again doing all the attacking. And Sydney broke free and got 2 quick goals. Walker hands over in the path there of Pye. And eventually the boundary line wins out, but it's in the perfect spot for the Bombers. 10 points the margin. We played 9 minutes in this, the final term. It's the Div 1 Grand Final. Sadler in the ruck. That one's going to be thrown in again. Actually think about it, that's probably more towards the centre than the umpire was asking for. Wide wings here at Blacktown International Sports Park. The reset. Comes over the back. A bit of space for a kick. But over the boundary line again. The coach's role now, Bolts. What do? You're a Stingrays coach. Do you try something new, or do you back your players in to break free?
I think the message really needs to be to get the ball out in space. They've got the toe, they've got the pace. The Bombers are doing a great job of shutting the game down at the moment. They are just in and under, tackling and not conceding any easy balls. So the Stingrays, I'll be laying the boot in, just trying to get the ball out in some open space and see if they can get to their runners.
Krieber gets a bit of space to work in, pushing back Collier. Oh, beautifully read. Spit it out. She gets it going forward now. Newen spins around, open space through the corridor, needs to find a target. Couldn't get through. The 2 players spoil each other there. And away with it is Castro. Gives it to Stack. Drives them forward. Almost a mark taken. Tarua for the Stingrays ends up with it. It comes back out again, and now they're inside 50. Mark unable to be taken there. That was Marzotto. And now the Bombers are lurking. Little relieving kick. It's coming back again. Plays on Lancaster. She's got a big boot on her, and that one's out in the space looking for Walker. Doesn't bounce her way. And now Gum trying to make her way through. And once again, the boundary line wins out. Time ticking away for the Stingrays. Just ticked into the 11th minute. Anyone's game still, although no one in the ruck there for the Stingrays. It comes back. Lancaster's boot inside. Well read by Hodson. And over the boundary line.
Geez, they're a disciplined outfit, this Bombers side. They are just absorbing this pressure and obviously pushing forward now to turn the pressure and turn the tide on the Stingrays. Really important they don't concede a goal here, the Stingrays. You can see Courtney Gum directing the troops.
Saw a lot of players go down in that third quarter with a cramp. So there's some tired girls out there. Still good handball out. Just dispossessed. Collier goes again. A big tackle. That's the sort of thing they need, the Stingrays. There's some sort of inspiration. And maybe that's it, Madeline Collier.
Jeez, it was a good hit, wasn't it? That was a fantastic textbook tackle by Maddie Collier.
Marzotto's just come to the bench as well. They can't afford to have her off for too long. Come down this near wing. Off hands at the back. Mulhern, she's wrapped up by Gum. Isn't going anywhere there.
She had a strong last quarter, Mulhern. Been fantastic back there.
Stack gets it inside. Byrne beset upon by 3. And the umpire has no option. Good work in the ruck. O'Brien found herself in that position. Now Gum just tries to reef it out. And do so. Wood goes back into trouble. See there, Courtney Gum. She's given it everything this afternoon. And she's not alone there.
I love watching her, Abba. She runs all day. She's obviously got skills which we've seen on display today, but her work rate is phenomenal, and here she goes again.
Exactly. Just dispossessed there. Ewan going forward. Pushing back. Janjetovic can't quite find the handle. In there as well as Ragnar. She eventually comes up with it. Tries to get it into space. No one there. And running away is Wood. Gives it off. That was Sadler. But it wasn't Sadler, it was Andressen pushing through. Gum now in amongst everything. Wrapped up in the tackle is Winkley. There's some tired girls out there.
Yeah, and you just get the feeling these stoppages are really playing into the hands of the Bombers. They know what they've got a 10-point lead. They're going to hang on to that with everything. They're going to fight and scrap. So the Stingrays really need to get it out into open space and potentially clear out a little bit. I'd love to see a couple of players move away from the contest and see if they can get an easy ruck tap, quick kick forward, or even sideways to get it out to some of their runners in space.
You're right, Bolts. See someone sit in the,
here we go,
in the corridor, but that's good from Marzotto. That opens it up a little bit. And they come back with interest, though. And in fact, it's going to go over the boundary line.
Clever play by Marzotto, though. Good kick.
It's exactly what
forward.
they need. It was just bolted in there. Couldn't get it out.
It's such a disciplined side, the Bombers. You can just... They're thriving on this one-on-one play at the minute around the contest.
They've got the advantage. They're 10 points up. They need to score twice, the Stingrays. That one's out of bounds on the full. And this is what you're saying. They just need to push someone. In fact, they're going now. But once again, Sydney Uni get the defensive line back there. One of the Stingrays players tried to push in the corridor, but she had a bomber right on the tail. Over the back there, Gum nearly came away with it. Oh, big hit from Walker. Once again, they're pushing through. Trying to find a way to get this ball out into some open space. The umpire's seen something here. It's going to be a Stingrays free kick. It'll go to Gum. Now they spread. Newen pushes inside. She might have been option. Decides to go down the near side. Good option.
Great kick. Great kick by Courtney Gum.
Lennon, she's got a big boot on her.
Courtney's after it back.
Gets it back now. Drives it in. Gemma's still there, but also Ewan for the Bombers, and Walker takes a relief. Oh, could have been play on. Just ran out of space. And that just makes it a little bit more difficult for the Stingrays. Again, come through. McDonald. She's got her legs caught up. Fu in there. And eventually over the boundary line.
Geez, I've enjoyed this game. There has been some serious skill on display, and we've seen many good grabs. We've seen the running on the outside, and this last quarter has just been a battle of attrition, and every player on this ground has given their all in this last quarter. It's been fantastic to watch. It really has.
Not been a lot of scoring, but that doesn't take away from the spectacle of the game. Just this in and tight clinches.
I think it's finals footy, Craig. I think this is what we've come to expect at any level of the game. When there's so much on the line, it really is a contested version of the game, and both these teams are not giving an inch.
They come through again. Walker, it's been very lively. Pops them forward. This could be the game. Gray with a beautiful grab, and oh, she just let herself down with the kick. The Stingrays now, they bring it back inside. Almost the mark taken by Benulis. And it's wrapped up. And we'll have another ball up. 17:45 played. Won't be a long quarter. A little bit of time on added. And you can just see now the Stingrays coach there trying to get some ball out in the open space. Get these players to spread. Tough game of football. And with every second that ticks away, Sydney Uni are closer to premiership glory. Now the Stingrays with a little bit of room to move. Needed to find a target there. Did McIntosh. Once again, Sydney Uni pounce. They just love holding the ball in. They've got the advantage, and that's all they need to do. Winkley in the ruck again. Pops out. Ho trying to find a way. She eventually gets a kick away. Not going to travel the journey. And just cannot get the ball clear. And Sydney Uni stack. She's been good, especially when it mattered.
Oh, Chu, great grab. That is courage. Fantastic grab by Chu.
Out in front now, Byrne. It's opened up for the Bombers. Byrne's kick inside is still alive. Sadler sits beautifully, gets through the opponent, just needs to stand up, give it up to Fu. Game over. Sydney University Premiers. Fantastic work, and it goes all the way back to Stack off half back. Got the ball going forward, and I thought Sadler might have just chopped it up there, and when she lost her feet, it had the presence of mind to just pop it up. And Fu finished off for the Bombers, and that puts it at 16 points, and there's not enough time now for the Stingrays.
What a passage of play. I mean, that is what I've loved about this game. That is what I love about watching women's footy. We saw a fantastic stop, a Creeber in tight. She got the ball out of there. Unbelievable courage by Chu running back, took a fantastic mark, and then the ball out in open space. Great teamwork on the goal line. Great presence by Libby Saylor to spot her teammate in the goal square, and it was a fantastic passage of play.
Here they go. Lou gets around two, goes forward again, and now the Bombers with another opportunity. Sadler in there again. Lou just butters up the second option. She has been amazing this afternoon. Gray on the boot. How will this bounce? Sits up there for McDonald. Spins around, gets it back inside. On to Fu. She's got another one, Fu. Not there, didn't quite go the journey. It comes back out. Chu's in there. Byrne. They just have to hurry to kick out the Stingrays. It's going to come back. Oh, the beautiful show of the football. Lines them up, hits the post.
Oh, deserved better. Great bit of play. And how about the Bombers? They've absorbed the pressure of this last quarter. They've taken everything the Stingrays have thrown at them, and they've held strongly and just rebounded in this last 5 minutes and playing some exciting footy now.
It's a bit like a spring that's just been coiled and coiled and coiled, and then suddenly it just releases and opens up. And it's going to end up with the premiership medallion.
And you've got to give some serious credit to this Uni and New South team. They've played some fantastic footy today, had their patches and had their chances, and have not even thought about giving up for 1 second. This last quarter, it's been amazing footy. It really has, from both teams.
Zotto, she's out on her feet too. Some tired bodies tonight. 21, nearly 22 minutes played in the final term. And Gum still trying. Gemma's still in there as well. They've had plenty of contributors, the Stingrays. Just haven't been able to finish. And on the other side of the ledger, well, the Bombers have been a well-disciplined outfit. Just trying to get space. It's an interesting decision. Sort of side by side when they took the mark. Umpire balls it up. Edwards, Winkley, very good for the Bombers this afternoon. Comes clear. Once again, Lou, not her best kick. Out of bounds on the full. I don't think it matters. Approaching 23 minutes in this final term. Bombers by 17. Smith drives them long. Gum flies, couldn't bring it down. Lou, oh, Lou, just ruck in.
They both enjoyed that.
Just gave up.
See that. Two absolute warriors of this game, aren't they? Jennifer Lou's been running and has not stopped all day, as has Courtney Gum.
Top of the 50 arc. And coming away with it, Olivia Warren. And now in front of Fu. I've got to say it, she's got some fight in her, Fu. Goes again, gets it back. Now off to Jennifer Lou, and once again, she's trying to do a little bit too much. Marzotto drives them forward. Now some space. McIntosh runs out of space. And we'll have the ball in. 24 minutes played. Final term. Siren can't be far away.
They're looking pretty spent, these players. You can tell it's been a game played at incredible intensity.
Comes back Lou in again. She's a magnet in this final quarter, but she's also a magnet for being tackled. It won't matter. There it is. Premiership glory goes to the Sydney University Bombers, and they will enjoy this for another 12 months. They are the premiers. Thanks to Craig Bolton, who helped us out up here in this final term. Fantastic to have his expertise, not only in the commentary box, but looking after footy in Sydney. But it's all about the Sydney Uni Bombers right now. They are premiers for 2014 in the AFL Sydney Women's Division 1 competition. As we said in the call, they just absorbed. And when the opportunity came, they were able to put the scores on the board. And they are a happy unit, the Bombers. No doubt they will enjoy this immensely this afternoon, into the evening, and well into the week, no doubt. To the Stingrays, well, commiserations. They were gallant in their defeat. It might be a cliche, but it was true this afternoon. And there's the respect that I was talking about earlier in the game. They know how to play the game, the women, and they know how to enjoy the game of football as it is. And a wonderful way to finish this game. The Sydney University Bombers, they are premiers for 2014. And 5-7-37 to the New South Wales Eastern Suburbs Stingrays. 2 goals, 8-20. And those online would have seen the little mishap they had with the banner running through earlier in the game. But there certainly wasn't any mishaps on the field. We'll bring you the presentations shortly, but congratulations to the Sydney University Bombers, premiers for 2014.
I'd just like to congratulate the umpires for today. So if you can put your hands together for
season. As I said before, undefeated, which is a great effort. So congratulations, Sydney University. I'll start the presentation by welcoming Craig Bolton, the General Manager of AFL New South Wales ACT, to assist with the presentation of the Deborah Rogers Memorial Trophy for the best on ground, and that goes to Sydney University number 15, Rachel Stack. If I can now call upon the Captain of University of New South Wales, Lauren O'Brien, to say a few words.
First of all, to my girls, before we went out here, the way you came out and played football was outstanding, and can keep your heads up high. To Sydney Uni, well done. Undefeated season, that's a massive effort. Let's go back to that. It's huge, so well done to you girls. Hope you have enjoyed the celebrations. To our supporters up on the hill with their flags. I think they've all probably drunk too much to do this thing now. And finally, just to our coaches, to Trace, to Raz, and to Benny, for all their efforts throughout the year. It's a massive commitment, and we couldn't have done this without it. So, look out to the uni, we'll get you next year. Thank you.
Thanks, Ian. If I can now call on the Captain of Sydney University, Lara Krieger, to say a few words.
Long game. We played really well. Thanks to everyone for coming to support us. It's been a really hard year for us. We've had so many injuries, like I know a lot of the other teams have. And a lot of girls have come and left and are living overseas, so we've had a long, difficult year, but somehow we kept it together. And there's big thanks to one guy really, and that's our coach, Huge. Thank you for your patience and wisdom and hard work. Huge. But there's one thing that the Bombers do really well, and that's the fifth quarter. So let's go and celebrate, guys. Back to back.
Thanks, Lara. If I can now call on Belinda Mychord to come to the stage, injured captain of Sydney University, to assist with the presentation of the Premiership medallions. We'll start with number 2, Katrina Byrne. Number 5, Sophie Clark. Number 6, Emma Ewan. Number 8, Jennifer Liu. Number 9, Meredith Gray. Number 10, Claire Sullivan. Number 11, Alice Wood. Number 12, Elise Tom. Number 14, Alex Roberts. Number 15, our best on ground, Rachel Stack. Number 16, Stacey Lancaster. Number 17, Amy Fu. Number 18, Shelley Mulhern. Number 19, Eva McDonald. Number 21, Monica Chu. Number 22, Libby Sadler. Number 24, Emma Castro.
Lara Grieber. And the coach of Sydney University, Yusuf Sadiq. I'll now get Craig Bolton to present the Premiership Cups. To Yusul and Lara. 2014 Women's Division 1 Premier, Sydney University.